Virgin Galactic stock split gave its price a boost. This will bring it back to Earth. Yo, I need to subscribe. You need to pay 50 cents to read this? Are you insane? Are you insane, bro? Are you insane? Stock splits are a hot trend in Wall Street this year. Yes, there's been multiple stock splits. There's been the Nvidia stock split. I'm pretty sure there's more. So, stock splits are a hot trend in Wall Street this year. But some companies are splitting their shares to boost, not cut, their stock prices. Virgin Galactic, the unprofitable space touring, they called them unprofitable. Well, yeah, they aren't. No one's really buying space tourism tickets for 300K. The unprofitable space tourism company did what is known as a reverse stock split that took effect on Monday. It reduced the number of total shares outstanding to push the price higher. Shares of Virgin Galactic are trading less than 70 cents on Friday. Yeah, I was like, yo, is this a gold mine? But no, they decided to do a stock split. But following a 1-for-20 stock split, that's insane. Which cut the number of shares outstanding by a factor of 20. Wow. A factor of 20. That is unheard of. I've only heard of 1 to 10, or like, you only hear companies doing like a factor of 10 stock split. The price shot up. The price shot up to more than $11.50 Monday. Why would a company do this? Mainly to push the stock price higher, so it continues to meet minimum requirements. Okay, so why would a company do this? Mainly to push the stock price higher, so it continues to meet the minimum requirement. Why 20 though? Why not leave it as a penny stock? They could have just put it like 1 to 10 and made it to like $5. Why does it have to be 20? Higher, so it continues to meet the minimum requirements. At least $1 for 30 consecutive trading days. Jeez. At least $1 for 30 consecutive trading days to remain listed on stock exchange such as NYSE and NASDAQ. Wow. I can't believe it. Huh? Whoa, what is this? What is this? Walmart? Walmart went up. Walmart stock is up, guys. Walmart stock is up. Find that funny. Hmm. Epictetus. Okay. Let's see. More Americans are getting into car debt and find fast food too. Ah. Okay, this happened a month ago. I read this a month ago. Ugh, the hell, my head. Too many people. Okay. Into card and find fast food to be a luxury now. All right, let's do this. Who the hell liked? Who's the second person that liked the stream? Is that a Google mistake? Is that a mistake on Google's part? Probably is. Yep. All right. So textbook seller Barnes and Noble, which is also losing money, just did the same thing last week. It conducted a 1-for-100. What the fuck? 1-for-100 reverse split that catapulted the stock. What the 1-for-100? I thought 1-for-20 was insane. 1-for-100 catapulted its stock price from under 10 cents. No way they were worth 10 cents a share. How is Barnes and Noble and space companies worth pennies? What the hell? Cents a share back up to around $8 on Monday. This is, of course, the opposite problem faced by more successful companies that have done normal or forward stock splits. Walmart and Nvidia recently made their stock splits, lowering their share price in the process to lure more investors. Yeah, usually though, when your stock is worth like 1,000 and you do a stock split, usually it doesn't increase. It stays like, look at Apple stock, Google stock price. Their stock was worth like $2,000, I think, like 2 years ago, and then they did a stock split, and it hasn't really changed. It has stayed. Look at this. Yeah, it was like at one. It's only increased like $50 after their stock split. Nothing really. Yeah, when they do a stock split, I guess they lure investors to invest in their company, but the stock doesn't really increase. Doesn't really increase. Lowering their share prices in the process to lure more investors. Chipotle and Broadcom have also announced plans to conduct big stock splits moves that will eventually push their prices from the quadruple digits to around what? Chipotle and Broadcom have also announced their plans to conduct big stock splits. What? Moves that will eventually push their stock price from quadruple digits? What? To around $67 for Chipotle, and so Chipotle is worth how much? It's like 3,000, right? Yep. 3,000. How is Chipotle worth so much? How? How are they worth so much? So much money, bro. How are they worth 3 grand per share? And space companies pennies. Literally, I was like, hmm. Uh, hmm. Discuss. That's traumatic. In a typical stock split, a company issues more shares at a lower price. Take Nvidia. Yeah, Nvidia's a good example. Nvidia, this year has been the year of Nvidia. Whew. Look at their stock. They're just a year ago. And they're working on robots now. Look at a year ago. They were worth $40. Now, okay, they already did the stock split. But they were worth like they were worth less. But they were worth like 1,000, weren't they? And now they did the stock split. Now they're 130. Mm-hmm. Dun, 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 dun. What's that noise? In a typical stock split, a company issues more shares at a lower price. Take Nvidia for example. Investors owed one share trading around yeah, 1,200. Damn, this sucks. Before the split, wound up with 10 after the split worth around a piece. Is that how you spell a piece? Nvidia's market evaluation changed, but the split may make shares more affordable to retail investors. Companies that split their stock to lower the price often wind up benefiting from strong demand. Walmart shares are more often than 25% this year. Are up 25% this year. Nvidia stock splits is up 164%, hitting record highs since its split took effect June 10th. The S&P 500 is up 14% this year. Unfortunately, reverse splitters often don't benefit from high share price. Virgin Galactic stock tumbled more than 15% Monday after the reverse. Dang. Really? So they did a stock split and the stock went down 15%. Wow. Whew, it lost nearly a third of its value since announcing the split in June. Yo, it's not looking good for Virgin Galactic. Really? So they did the reverse stock split. Richard Branson. Well, I don't blame him. The technology is not there yet. Fuck. But what the hell? Yeah, it went from 70 cents to 70 cents. $11. 20x, but no increase in demand. Okay, let's read this. The stock market rally isn't over yet. Three reasons it can keep going. Really. So is this going to be a stagnant year for the stock market, or are we going to see the gains next year? People thought going to everything was going to go up. Every investment was going to go up. People thought we were going to be in a bull market when the Bitcoin halving happened. The Bitcoin halving happened and nothing increased. Let's see. Yo, change this to night mode. What the hell? So the Bitcoin halving happened. Bitcoin's at 65. And then Ethereum is at 3,000. It went from 1,000 to, so 3x. Solana though a year ago was $8. Now it's 135. Wow. So what's 135 divided by 8? That's 16x. That's crazy. That is unheard of. Unheard of. Dogecoin. People thought this thing was actually going to become a thing. No, it's a meme. I don't think it's ever going to go to $1. I think the Elon Musk hype is gone because I think last year people realized that Elon Musk promises the world but then delivers like I don't know. Yeah, people, I remember watching a video about calling him like a snake oil salesman. I don't agree with that. Obviously, space and electric cars wouldn't be as where they are without him. So, he's the richest man in the world for a reason. Same with Jeff Bezos. I don't get all the hate he gets. The dude made Amazon Prime. He made this. Come on. He made Amazon Prime. I'm pretty sure Amazon Prime is also what got buy now, pay later, like, methods popular. I'm pretty sure Jeff Bezos is what got Amazon Prime buy now, get later methods into like Alipay or, let's see, buy now, pay later. Oh, this was today. Apple stops offering buy now, pay later loans in US. Apple said on Monday that it has stopped issuing loans through Apple Pay Later. It is buy now, pay later program that launched last year. The move comes after Apple said it would start allowing installment loans later this year in its Apple Pay checkout process through third party companies such as Affirm. Yeah, Affirm. When I heard of Affirm, I thought of a red flag. When I think of Affirm, I think of that future. I don't know who wrote this article, but I remember it floating around like a couple months ago. Is that you will own nothing and be happy. Like, you won't own your house, you won't own your car, you won't own like the stuff that you buy, but you will be happy. Like, buy now, pay later. Like if you can't afford like a lamp or like furniture, you probably shouldn't buy it. Probably shouldn't buy it. The move comes after Apple said it would start allowing installment loans later this year in its Apple Pay checkout process through third-party companies such as Affirm and credit and debit cards from issuers such as Citigroup. I've never heard of Citigroup ever. Apparently has low reviews. Citigroup gives me WeWork vibes, and we all know what happened to WeWork. What's in the news for WeWork? Yeah, they're in bankruptcy. Apple said it would no longer. It's a good office space. WeWork is a beautiful office space. But I was like, is it? Why is it so cheap? Like, it was, yeah. WeWork, it's a good company, but I don't know how they make money since the rooms are so cheap. I believe they were like $30 a day or something. I was like, no way. So you think you're saying I could pay $30 and I can be here the whole day? I was like, I thought it was cool, but now when they went filed for bankruptcy, I was like, I'm not surprised. That thing was cheap as hell, and the rooms were fancy. The move comes after Apple said it would start allowing installment loans later this year in its Apple Pay checkout process through third-party companies such as Affirm and credit card and debit cards from issuers such as Citigroup. Apple said it would no longer issue Apple Pay Later loans, which enabled customers, to buy products online and pay in four interest-free installments. When they say interest-free installments, just give it a year later, they're gonna start adding interest. Kind of how like fast food has become so overpriced. They're gonna add interest at prices up to 1,000. The discontinuation is a sign that is not very fintech feature or product. That is not every new what? The discontinuation is a sign that not every new fintech feature or product that Apple launches becomes a success or fits in with the iPhone market overall strategy. Is Apple still number one? Companies with the highest. Yeah. Let's see. Microsoft surpassed Apple. I wonder why. Why is Microsoft number one? Because of Windows? You know, Windows, the new Windows, they're going to have ChatGPT. There's going to be AI. There's going to be AI enabled stuff in Microsoft, which I find very interesting. I was like, so the computer is going to change overall. Saudi Arcamo? Saudi Arabia and their oil money? Are you for real? They're more rich than Facebook? What the hell? Wow. That's insane. You know, Saudi Arabia is ditching the US dollar. Let's see. They're ditching the US dollar. New currency. I wonder if the US is still going to be on top in like 50 years. Or is everyone going to move? Petrodollar. The end of the dollar dominance. They've been saying that when Brinks happened. Petro. Fake news. Okay, so people are not taking it seriously. People are not taking it seriously.
¿Quién y quién fue? Nomás yo y mi amiga. ¿En el gym de la escuela? Sí.
People ain't taking them seriously. Petrodollar, what? Reports of petrodollar system demise are fake. Yeah, we'll see in like 10 years though. China, Iran, I think it's Brazil and South Africa are are they called BRICS currency? Damn, this is a year ago. Don't bet against the dollar. Yeah, we might be inflating our currency. We might end up like Japan. Like, I wait. I wonder if there's ever gonna be a day where a bag of chips is gonna be worth $100. Imagine in our lifetime where a bag of chips is worth $100. I wouldn't be surprised if it's worth $5 in like the next 10 years. I would not be surprised. Apple stops are okay. We read this. Dun dun dun. Petrodollar. Wow. The last video I posted was 3 weeks ago. I need a. Oh, on this channel. Let's see. I'm looking at my phone right now. I walked 28,000 steps today. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I think the most I've walked was probably 40,000 something. It's like half of 100K, 100,000 steps, but we will get there. With training, we will get to 100,000 steps in a day. To reach 100,000 steps is like walking from downtown to the beach and back, and then some. That's how you walk 100,000 steps in a day. That's probably gonna take the whole day, honestly. It's gonna take like, yeah, like 18 hours. I think Markiplier took like 18, 19 hours. That's just insane, bro. And then his heart rate was always over 100. It was like 130. But yeah, we'll see if we can achieve that this year. We'll see. Or even in the end of summer. But I don't know. Or when summer begins. Summer begins in 4 days. The first day of summer. Let's see. First day. The summer solstice. June 21st. Wow. Okay. Starting later this year, users across the globe will be able to access installment loans offered through credit and debit cards, as well as lenders, when checking out with Apple Pay. An Apple spokesperson told CNBC, with an introduction to this new global installment loan offering, we will no longer offer Apple Pay later in the US. Wait, so they're offering loans with interest now? So is this like they're gonna have interest? Oh, through credit and debit. Apple said its users who want installment plans at checkout would gain access to them through other financial intermediaries in more countries around the world than they would with Apple Pay Later, which it was only available in the US. You know these guys just want to make money. Apple said its priority with Apple Pay, the brand name of its contactless and online payment software, was to enable secure and private payments. Users will with open loans will continue to have access. Will continue to have access to Apple Pay Later features to manage and pay their loans. Before it was discontinued, Apple Pay Later enables users to apply for loans within the iPhone Wallet app. Huh? I'm not familiar with Apple. I didn't know they had an Apple Wallet. What? Apple Wallet app. What is this? Apple Wallet. Should I change the title? Because we've been talking about we've been talking about Apple. Nvidia. Shout out to Nvidia. The process notably involved Apple taking over more of the financial backend than in some of their products like Apple Card. Huh? For the program, Apple made some of its own credit card checks and loans decisions instead of having those handled entirely through financial partners. Apple loans were issued by wholly owned experts uncover neuropathy triggers. What is that? I don't know. Not a fan of that. Buying Nvidia in 2024. Nah, this looks like a sketchy article. Jeez. Singapore offers compensation of at least $10,000 to passengers of turbulence hit flight. Yo, Southwest Airlines, are you hearing? Have you guys ever experienced turbulence on a plane? I was talking about this earlier. I took a Southwest airline plane like a year ago, and the turbulence on that plane was insane. For like 10 minutes, my head kept hitting the back seat like extremely hard. I was like, what the hell? This is crazy. I thought the plane was going to crash. I thought I was going to die. I thought my coworkers thought they were going to die. The people on the plane looked so concerned. I was like, yep, I'm going to die. I was like, damn, the turbulence. But even the plane conductor, the guy on the speaker, he bro sounded so unprofessional. I was like, what the hell? I forgot what he said, but he was like kind of goofy. I was like, there's no way this guy actually is it his first time flying an airplane? Is he trying to be funny? But yeah, I survived though. I survived. That's why I'm here. Did we just have... Oh, that's interesting. Why are these... Why are these guys' mouths covered? That's disturbing. Seniors. Why is everyone in California addicted to this? Gambling? You think... Yeah. People with a gambling addiction, guys. Jeez. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Let's see. People with addictions. People with a gambling disorder often feel guilt or shame and may experience such withdrawal symptoms as restlessness and irritability when attempting to stop gambling. Many people may take gambling lightly, not realizing that it may be addictive and harmful, or many of many of the same ways as drugs are. Yo, got it. Let's see. Any Virgin Galactic news, which is why when they had a, I thought their stock was gonna go up. I thought their stock was gonna go up, but yeah, it tumbles. So you're telling me they had a successful space flight a week ago, and their stock went down, and then they did a reverse stock split, and their stock still went down after a successful flight and a reverse stock split. Are you kidding me? Are you crazy, bro? Virgin Galactic reverse stock split went splat for real. For real. What the hell? Yo, I had faith. I kind of had faith in space tourism in like 10 years. That thing is looking like 50 years away, guys. Every year passes and like space flights keep getting delayed to like a year later. NASA's plan to go to the moon. They were supposed to go to the moon this year. NASA pre-COVID planned, I remember reading the news. They planned to take astronauts to the moon. They planned to make them orbit the moon in 2023. That didn't happen. And then they said they're going to send astronauts to the moon in 2024. That didn't happen. What? So I'm like, gosh, it's probably never going to happen. If it happens, it's probably going to happen in like a decade. And I remember Bill Nye was even advocating for like, he's like, we're definitely going to go to Mars in 2033. I was like, why that specific year? And there's even a speech in Obama. There was when he was president, when Barack Obama was president, there was a speech of him saying that we're gonna go to Mars when he was, I think he was with NASA. He's like, we plan to go to Mars in the 2030s. Like, he seemed so confident about that too. I was like, why NASA, Bill Nye, a lot of like these science people, they're like, we're definitely going to Mars in the early 2030s, but that doesn't seem like it's possible. So you're saying in less than a decade, we're going to send humans to orbit Mars? I don't know. Let's see. Ooh. Did you guys see this? Mars exploration future plans for 2023 to 2043. I wonder how it's probably going to go from 2043 to 2063 or something, because their Dragonfly mission, it got delayed. Dragonfly mission. Huh? I thought that they delayed it more. So July 2028? That's still kind of recent. I thought... So they're planning to send a rover to the moon of Saturn in 2028. And it's going to arrive there in 2034. Literally 10 years from now. We are going to have a robot exploring the oceans of Saturn. Saturn's moon. Titan. The most Earth-like object in our solar system. That's kind of crazy. Dragonfly. But I heard it got delayed. It costs only 3 billion. Do you guys know how much NASA spent to go to the moon? $150 billion. $150 billion. And we are spending pennies compared to that. So no wonder we've never been back. Because our budget, our priorities are not in space. Our priorities right now is other things. War. What the? Oh no. The Robocraft, targeted to arrive in Titan 2034, will fly to dozens of promising locations. You hear that? It's gonna fly to, since it has an atmosphere, it's literally gonna fly to dozens of promising locations on the moon, looking for prebiotic chemical processes common on both Titan and early Earth before life developed. Dragonfly marks the first time NASA will fly a vehicle for science on another planetary body. Wow. What? This isn't true. Dragonfly marks the first time NASA will fly a vehicle for science on an didn't their Ingenuity helicopter already do that? No, it that's not true. Ingenuity. It flew. I would count that as flying. Well, it just hovered. But well, that's cool. They added an animation. NASA has confirmed. Yep. Okay. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it got delayed though. Okay, it was supposed to launch in 2027, but now it's supposed to launch in 2028. Got it. Very toxic. Toxic. Let's see. What is the? Yeah, we got this. But yeah, we went on a tangent. We tend to do that here a lot.
Sopa
¿Sopa de qué?
de crema,
No, gracias.
quesadillas,
Okay.
ahí voy.
Really? ¿Hay quesadillas? Really? ¿Hay de pollo o de regular?
¿De qué soy?
Okay.
Ahí voy.
That's nice. The mission. All right. Yeah, Virgin Galactic. Jeez, after a 1 for 20 reverse stock split, you would think investors would want to buy, but apparently not. Yo, it sucks. It went from 70 cents to $14, and they're like, yeah, we don't believe in this company. It's not going to be profitable. Yikes, bro. I guess space tourism is for like wealthy people who don't care about the environment because space, what's looked down about space is that it's expensive and it's bad for the environment. That is the preconception of space travel. That's why nobody liked when Jeff Bezos went to orbit. They're like $28 million to go to space, although this company is offering $300,000 per person. How much does a Virgin Galactic flight cost? Let's see. $500,000 per person. That is ridiculous. It's like a house. It's a house, guys. Would you rather buy a house, a good house, in this terrible economy, or would you go to space for like 5 minutes? Would you go to space for 5 minutes? The rocket might blow up. Or would you rather buy a house? Or be financially stable, be achieve the fire movement, financially independent, retired and financially independent, the fire movement. Would you rather join the fire movement or go to space for 5 minutes, levitate for 5 minutes? Space flight reservations are a total price of $500,000 for an initial deposit of 150K. Customers will make their final payments before their flight. Those interested in space reservations, uh-huh. There's an application process. Gosh. I like their website though. It's very it looks like a ooh, the animation there. What is this made out of? JavaScript? What is it made out of? Focus. XML. Yep. Everything's JavaScript. Very cool. I like the suits. The suits are cool. The drip is fire. If you want to be a space tourist, the drip is gonna be fire. hmm Space line for Earth. Virgin Galactic. I like the name. I like Richard Branson's story too about how he became a billionaire. That's pretty cool. And how he was like a troublemaker in his country. I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, okay, the UI could use some work. This looks like a like a web developer project, like a random website they they made for their portfolio. The scrolling is not the best. Look at this. I try to scroll, it takes me 3 scrolls down, or not even half a scroll. What the hell? What? They need to do. Oh, look at this. I like the spaceship, but that's the only thing. It's not. It's not easy to use. This is why they don't get customers. Their website is like Domino's website. It's so laggy. Okay, look at this. These guys, they're gonna go to space. Astronaut 29. 27 to number 30. So, Virgin Galactic already has 30 30 space tourists in total. I wonder. I remember seeing this video on the Lex Friedman podcast. This lady, I think she worked at NASA, or like a orbit or Jeff Bezos. I forgot who she worked for, but she was working in space tourism, and then she said, in the future, in our lifetime, we could have 3,000 people working in space. I thought that was pretty cool. A little optimistic, but it might happen in the future. There might be 300,000 jobs in low Earth orbit, which is pretty crazy in our lifetime. Instead of going to the moon, we're going to have 3,000 humans just doing stuff in space, low Earth orbit. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen in my lifetime. I'm pretty sure at least 100. There's space companies right now, like literally right now in like Vegas and New Mexico. I don't know why there's not a lot in California. Only in Vegas and New Mexico, maybe because it's desert. There's space companies working on private space stations. And supposedly one of these companies are gonna replace the International Space Station, cause they're planning to shut that thing down. Decommissioned. Yeah. In 2030. So only 5 years left, guys. 5 years and a half of this space station being in space. You can see it in the telescope. You can see the International Station from a telescope. It's one of the brightest stars in the night sky. Anyways. I think it's called Axiom Space, who's probably going to replace the space station. Let's see. Pretty sure these guys are going to replace it. Yeah. And since China, not a lot of people know this. China has its own space station up there. China has its own private space station. So it is possible to create a new one. Look, I don't know. I don't know if I like how it looks. But yeah. That's crazy though. The thing about space though is that your bones begin to deteriorate. There's been studies of astronauts that have stayed in space. Their vision gets bad and their bones literally start melting or like deteriorating, and they have to learn to walk again, because after being in zero gravity, the human body gets what's the word, adapted to space. So you are gonna be like very lengthy. Maybe that's what tall grays. Maybe we're gonna end up looking like the tall grays, the tall gray aliens. Maybe it's us in the future. Maybe the tall gray aliens are us in the future. Maybe this is what we look like after generations of working in space. Because a human born in Mars, which is probably gonna happen, I'm pretty sure, if the Bible if the Bible is legit or not, if we really start World War III and then go back to the Stone Age, if that doesn't happen, then we're probably going to go to space. So, do you guys think if we go to Mars, is that going to like mess up the timing with the Bible? Is that going to make people skeptical of if the Bible is real? Cuz the Bible predicts, I don't know, a lot of crazy stuff, and I don't think there's anything about space colonies in the Bible. But if it actually happens, if we have a space colony in the future, in 100 years, unfortunately, I really hoped it would have happened like in 2050, but now not anymore. Not anymore. Yeah, this 2050 is way too optimistic for this. But with AI taking our jobs, what else are we going to do? AI is making everyone smarter, lazier. What else are we going to do? AI is getting smarter. AI is getting smarter than itself. But yeah, I don't know. This just gets me hyped. I was very optimistic a year ago about maybe in our lifetime we could have people in Mars, but I don't know. If the Bible is true, guys, we probably live in a simulation. We probably live in a simulation. Because if this isn't possible, I don't know. We live in a simulation. Because how else would the people of the past be able to predict the future? Unless, I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. Very interesting. Hmm.
¿Qué, Yarita? ¿Ah? ¿Qué?
But yeah, this is definitely not going to happen in our lifetime. Hmm.
Ese Yaris. Ya, ahí está esa Yarita ahí. La Yaris.
Okay, it's getting kind of loud.
Él digo. Milagro de Dios aquel día, tú ven. Ayer qué chingo que nos llevamos.
I won't be here. Sorry. Mal- All right. Yeah, so it might still go back as a penny stock. I didn't read this. Can a company go back to wow, penny stock for beginners? Yeah. These type of companies can always rebound, but an unperforming company isn't an ideal investment. Yeah, Virgin Galactic is very underperforming. That's why it's not a very good investment, and no one's buying space tickets. It's too early, guys. And they don't even have a fleet. How many spaceships do they have? How many? Yeah, spacecraft fleet. I think it's 3, right? That's nothing. That is chump change. 3, 3 spaceships. Oh, they have 1. But it's a very beautiful spacecraft. I really like this.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this spacecraft. I'm surprised this is even real. It makes me appreciate where humanity has arrived. Wow, Italy. April 24/20. What? It's already 10 o'clock. Alright. We should probably do this in the morning. Yeah, okay. I actually enjoy talking to the like I like talking about this stuff. But space companies, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Artemis 2? Wow. Wow, really? It's scheduled for September of 2025 as a crewed lunar flyby? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. This is when. Okay, space companies are not a thing in 2024. Everyone's just working this year. This year, it seems. And space isn't in the news, but you know. You know when NASA starts making moves in space, people are going to be looking at space companies to invest long term. So, NASA astronauts are going to these guys are going to fly by the moon. That's interesting. I've seen her. She's basically at the International Space Station all the time. I don't know who this is. I know who this is, new astronaut. I don't know who this is. Wow. Artemis 1 finally took off to the moon. Really? Why do I have to pay for this? I'm broke.
Ya no hablas la nena, tú.
Le voy a hablar al rato, ya que acabé de lavar los
Ya ves
trastes.
que dijo que saludos a los amigos y toda la onda y todo.
Mm.
Yo le dije al Chucky que le mandara mensaje, pero mejor que le hable a su hermana.
Eh, Le voy a hablar al rato. ¿Qué, Yara? ¿Eh?
What? Oh yeah, we're gonna have the first woman landing in the moon this decade. I don't know. Most likely in 2028, if their flyby is successful next year, which it's probably gonna get delayed. I think the flyby is happening in 2028. Knowing NASA's delays, you know they were supposed to fly a rocket around the moon in 2018, and they then for sure it was gonna happen in 2021. For sure it was gonna happen in 2022, 23. Now it's in 2024. Around the moon. No, they did it this year. Yes, they did it this year. And then now they're saying they're gonna fly astronauts in 2026. Wait, huh? Moon then actually land astronauts. Yeah. They're like, it's planned for 2026, but most likely 2028. A range of private companies are involved on the mission, with SpaceX building a lunar lander and other firms sending robots. Wow.
¿Qué hacer?
Nada.
Rayita.
As strategies. Unlike the Apollo missions, the Artemis program is mooted. Mooted? What? Mooted to provide longer stays in the lunar surface to explore deposits of water and ice. Wow. Could you imagine? They find life on the moon. They find like an organism or something that can survive deep space, like space ants or something. That would be insane. Researchers are eager to learn more about the history of the solar system from the moon's geology and strategies of fret about China's space program potentially outreaching the US. Wow. Yo, I'm getting jewelry recommended. I don't even look at jewelry. This launch just the beginning of the moon, which will only be complete when the Orion capsule splashes down safely into the Pacific Ocean. But after more than a decade of work by scientists and engineers, the start of a new generation of deep space exploration also promises to open a new economic frontier. So, yes, guys, we're definitely going to go to space because with AI, in 10 years, there's not going to be a lot of jobs most people would do. So, I think the new generation they want to be content creators, but I think that's gonna get old. And hopefully, after the Biden Trump era, we get some reasonable people, some like dudes in their like 40s or 50s, please, that are kind of in touch with reality and not about war. Hopefully, these guys like in the ones in I believe The Rock wants to run for president in 2030 in the 2030s. I don't know how realistic that is, but you know The Rock is going to get people's votes. Uh Hopefully they will give NASA a bigger budget, because what is NASA's budget? It's pennies compared to the Apollo program. Okay, that's not that's actually a lot. $24 billion. No, it's actually a lot. 24 billion. Wow. What was NASA's budget in 2019? Huh? 21 billion. No, no. 19 billion. Okay. I thought their budget was like $3 billion pre-COVID. I just remember them adding 2 extra billion. Yeah, that was new. That was big news. Them adding 2 billion, but I don't know. It's gonna be. I feel like it should be more. It should be more.
¿Tu tío cambió de carro?
Huh?
¿Compró otro carro?
¿Cuál tío?
Tu tío Federico.
No sé. No sé. Sí, un FJ Cruiser, uno blanco.
Oh, necesito ver el fijo.
O tal vez era uno rentado.
Sí.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Hell yeah. Yo, we got 3 viewers. That's very interesting. An average watch time. So there was another viewer here watching 20 for 21 minutes. That's interesting. Very interesting. 53 impressions. Huh. I should probably do this in the morning when the stock market opens. Yeah, Virgin Galactic. How too early for space flight. When will space tourism become a thing? When will space tourism be affordable? Yeesh, yeah. I've seen a lot of finance YouTubers notice this pattern that the future is going to be a future, like our future in America is going to be a future of haves and have nots. You're either going to be poor or really rich, and there's not going to be any middle class. So the middle class is going to either be poor, go to the poor side, living paycheck to paycheck, or get wealthy. So no middle class. Like there's this has been news for the like I've since the pandemic. This has been really like I've seen it every year. I've been getting recommended stuff like that the middle class is slowly vanishing. So the American dream, where you own a house and you own your car, probably is not gonna be realistic unless you're really rich, or you're probably gonna stay poor. You're probably gonna stay poor, which sucks. Which that shouldn't happen, but people are saying, "Ooh, the Aurora space station." There's no way, huh? Aurora space station. So see, I told you a bunch of companies are working on private space stations, but they're probably not going to be a thing until a decade from now when the space station gets decommissioned. Aurora space station. Yep. Yep. A lot of companies are working on this stuff. Aurora Station subreddit. The lore is okay. Is this a video game? Is this a video game? It's a freaking video game.
¿Qué por aquí está? ¿Eh?
Excuse me. Yo, this is fire. Okay, the Aurora Station is literally a travel hotel, like a hotel in the Aurora Borealis, which is pretty cool. I thought it was an actual company working on a space station, but apparently it's a video game. And Aurora Borealis. hotel. Yep. That's cool though. What time? How much time do we have? Which time are we on? An hour plus. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it pretty soon. Earnings. Oh, Saudi Arabia's number one. It surpassed Apple in earnings. Aramco, really? That oil money, though, really? Arbanco. Wow. Flying high. How drones are. The hell? What? Huh? Okay, so Saudi Arabian money. Probably oil. Why is it? It's going down and it's still number one? That's crazy. Apple. Oop. Ah. Anyways.
¿Qué es Brianita? Brian.
Alright.
Brian. ¿Tienes sueño?
It takes more than just a good. Imagine yourself a character. Alright, guys, I'm going to end the live now. I'll be back tomorrow. Alright, later.